Welcome back to another Colorado Crit video. This criterium was called the NoCo Crit up in Loveland, Colorado. It's on a closed police training course, track, if you will. And yeah, it was really fun. The course was pretty wide at most parts, but they made it such that you had to do a couple sharp corners, slowed down the field a bit. There's a chicane, just added some fun, a little bit of a technical nature to it. It was really windy today from the west, so you'll notice that for lots of the race, people are kind of riding as far away from the mountains as possible. That's some good reference for you as to the wind. That was a 180 there, and this accelerates to a smaller portion, and then it comes up to this sharp 180 hairpin, which is kind of the most technical part of the course. So you can see here, first lap, we're trying to figure out, who's here, who wants to go hard at the front. There's about 30 riders. There's a mixed Cat 3 plus collegiate Bs, and that's the corner that sucks it out of you as you have to sprint out of to get back up to speed. Kind of moving along here, then you get to the chicane, and then the back end of the course is like this long and then really sweeping turn, big 180 that you pretty much pedal through the entire thing. So that's the course. As you can see here, people are kind of guttering everybody with the crosswind from the left, and kind of finishing up the first lap here. My goal today was to work for my teammate Elliott, and so I was planning to let him try to sit in, try to work the field, try to blow it up a little bit, and see what happened. Here's the final finishing straight. It's a long way to the finish. Alright, about 10 minutes later, kind of tried to sit in the group. I made my way close to the front. I found it a lot more advantageous to these quarters to be kind of clear of a group and could take the line that you wanted. So being near the front was better. Coming up to this hairpin, again, you can see like it's nice to be able to take whatever line you want and not be like 2 or 3 across. So here we're single file and try to keep up the speed as much as possible, but you still gotta kind of sprint out of it. So if you look in the rear cam there, you can notice that the field's maybe about 15 riders. So within the first 15 minutes, we shelled half the field with some hard driving on the front, and the crosswinds made it pretty tough. So at this point, I know people are tired. I know I'm tired. My heart rate's pretty high. That means hopefully everyone else is tired. So, when everyone's tired, that's the best time to attack. So as these guys look back, they're kind of stringing it out a little bit, but then they ease up and, providing a nice little shelter here on the leeward side. So why not? So I wind up a little attack here just to get some separation. The guys on the front had already done a little work, and we're looking around, so they're not likely to let the pull. I go all the way across. I remember not checking back for a little bit, and I checked back here and realized, oh well, there's a big gap, so it's not really doing anything here. But trying to keep the power on pretty heavy here to create as much gap as possible. And this was kind of the first of my attacks here. So 190 heart rate. This is like I'm completely pinned here. It was also kind of warm, and so my heart rate climbs when it's hot out. Typically 190 would be like near the end of the sprint or something. But get some separation, just trying to, ride the course as efficiently as possible here. Now I get to pick exactly what line I want to take through all these corners. So tactically here, the idea was force other people to chase, let Elliott sit in and rest, potentially break apart the field even more. Also would allow for Elliott to jump on any type of bridge attempt if there was one, and that would help us create maybe a small breakaway with both of us in it, which would be really advantageous for the finish. So lots of options here tactically, but for now I'm just trying to pace this on the front to try to make it as sustainable as possible to go as long as I can. Okay, here about 5 minutes off the front, I get caught. It's a pretty hard effort, but I'm hoping that other folks in the group were hurting as well, and Elliott got to rest as much as possible. So just kind of easing off the gas here, and gonna let some folks come around and just get back into the group and try to rest and see what happens from there. Alright, not even 30 seconds later, Elliott goes off the front to attack and opens a small gap. We're looking to see kind of the response of the group. They seem still pretty eager to chase this back, so we'll see what happens. Okay, we're coming right after the hairpin there, and Elliott's caught. It kind of gets wide here. Everyone's slowing up, so I figure why not? Everyone was just moving, so go wide. Make an opening here. 1100 watts. That one hurt, but that's what you got to do to get a gap, and then through the chicane, and we'll see who wants to chase again. So just trying to open something up here, make it really hard again, see if we can shell a few more people, see if a bridge happens, just kind of working our options here. I will say it was really nice taking these lines exactly how I wanted while I was off the front. I was just able to put the bike exactly where I wanted to through the corners. One advantage, I was hoping, again, to keep my speed up relative to the group while I was out in the wind. Okay, a couple laps later here, we're about 30 minutes into the race. I was off the front again for like 5 to 10 minutes. The group here is catching me. So they put in a good effort to chase me down, and looks like they're fairly well coordinated. So at this point, not sure if I have energy for another attack. That doesn't look like a breakaway is going to stick. So time to get back in the group, rest up, and talk to Elliott, see what we're going to do next. So back in the group, trying to get a draft here on the final start-finish stretch, and yeah, just trying to rest up here. It's been a hard race. Spent a lot of time in the wind. I'm right here with Elliott, just trying to monitor the situation. Yeah, he's like making sure that doesn't go anywhere. Slip to the inside here, to the sheltered side as we come around this corner. Again, just trying to stay protected as much as possible. And as you can see, there's only 11 riders left in the front group, so we've done a good job of whittling it down. But now we got 20 minutes or so to the finish. So fast forward another lap or two. It's 38 minutes into the race, and people still trying to see if, you know, a little move can go here, or what's going to happen, who's going to close it, and everyone's willing to put in an effort. And though it pauses briefly, I decide that not worth any type of risk, and my job today is to make sure that stuff like this does not get very far at all. So I kind of easily jumped across here. It's not really going that hard, but maybe just wanted to be first to the chicane. I'm on the front and I glance back just to check what's going on, and whoop, go straight off the course. Luckily this course is super forgiving and the gravel's nice and soft, so no harm, no foul, but always got to be mindful of where you're putting your front wheel. So here I have like a really small gap, but this guy in the front is not getting a great draft from me, and so, you know, he's having to work. So I figured, you know, that's my whole job out here, is to make other people work. So I'm gonna kind of keep the power on, and then I get first line through the corner, and can accelerate and make everybody in the group, especially the guy in the front, do a little extra work. Okay, so I think we have like 3 laps to go, 2.5 at this point, and it's been going pretty fast for half a lap, and it kind of eases up here. I figure, why not again, you know, hit the heat on and see what happens. You can see in the rear cam, like, everyone like tries to immediately get up to speed, so, you know, everyone's having to do this hard effort. Again, take the chicane as fast as I can. Ethan's like really trying to get on my wheel. I'm just like trying to open up this gap. It's opening. I was hoping to hurt the field more, but I'm really gassed at this point. I really don't have a lot left. So, you know, at this point in the race, hopefully everyone's tired, and I was hoping to maybe show a couple more people at the back of the group, reduce the number of sprinters for the final here, as looks like it's going to all kind of be together. So as you can see here, I think I flipped my elbow here for Ethan, kind of pulls through, but the main group is right there. So this all comes back together, and looks like we're going to be setting it up for field sprint.
There's one to go, 1 lap remaining, 1 to go.
All right, so we're on the bell lap now, 1 to go. There's maybe 10 or 11 riders left. Hopefully everyone's tired from all the attacks that I doled out. I know I am. So our plan here, Elliott is a really strong rider, but not a typical field sprinter. So part of our plan was to make it hard at the last half lap and try to open up some gaps in the group. So Elliott could go from kind of far out and not wait to try to, you know, out sprint a really fast sprinter at the line. So kind of go to the front here. We've got some corners still to navigate. Hopefully it's gonna, you know, open up the gaps there. You can see Nick right on my wheel. Elliott comes right up to me, and this is where essentially we set in for the final. I know this is really gonna hurt because I gotta ride a long way here. So we're getting through the hairpin, still single file, but we still have a long way to go, so I'll let it play out. Elliott was yelling at me to go, so I try to get on the gas as much as I can. Everything I have left. Take the corner far inside. There's some small gaps, but there's still, you know, a couple hundred meters at least to the finish. Elliott gets hit with like a weird gust of wind and blows him off track. I look back here and see he's way off, and I thought, crap, that's it, game over. So I stand up to try to maybe take some podium spot, but I don't have anything left. Get passed by the second guy. I see Elliott recover, so I yell at him to go, and he's able to hold on for third. So we're a little disappointed at the kind of the ending there, but overall really happy with the result. Got a teammate on the podium. We executed the race exactly like how we wanted to, and winning races is hard. Everything has to go perfect right for you. So plenty more races this season to get more results, and we will see you out there.